Great. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do. I'm currently GSIing for the Fung Institute, and
Oh, okay.
what I'm currently doing is I'm developing a Masters of Innovation program, wherein we take students from liberal arts and try to equip them with skills which would be which would help them get jobs in the tech industry. And
Okay.
when I say the tech industry, I don't mean that I'm going to convert a psychology major into a software engineer. I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that it could be something like within roles with product development or product management, where it's more about sort of like articulating your thoughts and basically just understanding the concepts rather than actually doing it.
Right.
Yep. And I just wanted to know a little bit about your experience with the Fung Fellows, and like how did you like the course, and how was it designed? Did you like the experience and stuff like that?
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Great. So, like, tell me a little bit about your reason for joining the Fung Fellows.
So yeah, I think you know about the program. It's super interdisciplinary, so people from engineering, computer science, public health. We even had an English major. So one of the biggest reasons why I joined it was for that interdisciplinary aspect.
Hmm.
Usually in classes, since I studied engineering, I was with engineers all day. And I
Hmm.
was really interested in applying engineering and tech in the health field and wellness
Sure.
and medical technology. And so I thought this would be a really good experience to work with people from those fields and create something in a collaborative way where I'm not just in a closed engineering mindset and only thinking about the things that I learn in my classes, but really learning much outside of that, you know, in the public health realm and whatnot. And
Hmm.
so I would say that was my biggest reason for joining, as well as just like my interest in health and having taken classes about like biotechnology and medical devices. It was just like a really big interest of mine.
Hmm. I see. Okay. Okay. How did you feel that working with these? You mentioned that there were a lot of people from interdisciplinary backgrounds. Did you have
Right.
any trouble, like collaborating with them, or like comprehending to what they're saying? Like how was the entire experience within that?
I think that for the most part, I mean, there were challenges, but like for example, like I don't come from a public health background,
True.
but the fellowship was about like health and wellness, and
Hmm.
so what we did is during some class lectures, they would just teach everyone
Hmm.
about like basic public health knowledge. Like you should know these terms and definitions.
Hmm.
You should know like how this like structure and like the public health sector is, and so
Hmm.
that really helped like the non-public health people understand like public health terminology and concepts.
I see.
And
Hmm.
so that way we could kind of communicate on the same level. And same with tech. So they did lessons on like programming and what's the word I'm looking for? Like Bitcoin, those kinds of things.
Hmm.
And so they would have lessons on that to sort of bridge the gap in knowledge and communication between people who are like in, you know, engineering and tech and the people who are like in public health. And so that really helped
Hmm.
with us being on the same level in terms of like communication and all of that.
I see.
I would say like sometimes if we were working in teams or something, there might be challenges with communication if like, you know, maybe we're talking about a deeper level subject that we didn't cover in class, we'd have to like explain it to our fellow, but it was never a problem. I mean, we worked so well together, even coming from different fields, that I didn't think it was that big of a challenge.
All right. That sounds good. That sounds good. But
Yeah.
like, did you ever feel that maybe the course wasn't challenging enough for someone in a tech background?
Definitely yes. I would say it wasn't like an engineering class, right? So we
Hmm.
didn't have problem sets and stuff like that that really challenged us from a technical point of view. I mean, we had some homework assignments where we had to do like the Python like walkthrough or whatever, those tutorials online. But I mean, as long as you follow along and you do exactly what it says, like they're not that challenging.
I see.
So from a technical point of view, it wasn't very challenging in that sense. But I think the most challenging part that we like faced in terms of like that kind of challenges, basically like dealing with challenging public health issues. And so, yeah, from a technical aspect, we didn't deal with a lot of those kinds of challenges, but you know, just dealing with these big issues in public health, like how do we address like
I see.
obesity in children and those kinds of things, like those are big challenges, but not necessarily from like the technical point of view, if that makes sense.
I see, I see. No, I totally agree. So, like,
Yeah.
what you're saying is that coming from a technical background, you
Yeah.
didn't have much trouble learning the technical aspects of the course, but you did have trouble learning the uh, public health aspects.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that's pretty accurate.
Well, okay, that's good. That's good. Because the reason I'm asking this is because what I've heard from the public health people is the same thing. It's like for
Yeah.
them, the public health part is easier, but the tech part is
Right.
easier, you know. So
Right.
yeah, but I guess, and additional like this springs off another question that when you guys were working, when you guys were collaborating on a particular capstone project, like, did you feel that how was the skills exchange like? You know, like did you end up doing what you were good at, or you know there was a lot of cross exchange of skills between wherein you know you were doing a little bit of public health and they were doing a little bit of tech and you know something like
Yeah,
that.
I think for the most part, if you were good at a certain thing, because everyone was so diverse, it was like you really had to like capitalize on you being good at that. So you mostly did that thing. So like if you were like if you had coding ability, you were probably like one of like you know 4 or 5 people in the whole fellowship who knows how to code. So then you kind of have to be the coder because there's not other people in your team probably who like can code and do the things that really need to be done for whatever your project is.
I
And
see.
so most of the time you were using like your strengths and your skills because you weren't sharing the same skill sets as your partners and your teammates. But like there was like you know every once in a while opportunity to like learn something new and kind of do something that's out of your box and think on the other side, like if you're from tech in the public health world and vice versa. And I know that I mean, I'm not speaking for myself, but like from what I've heard from my other teammates, like from public health, like they learn new skills in terms of like, you know, even programs like Proto.io, like some of them had never used that before, but then that's a new skill that they gained that they could say like, oh, I've, you know, used some sort of like app development software before, even though it's not like pure coding.
True. But they get to know like a little bit of the basics of coding and stuff.
Yeah, like yeah, they did those like Python courses. Not really sure if it like stuck with them, but you know there was some like opportunity to learn different fields than like what you already know and you're good at.
I see. But like,
Yeah.
would you say that would you say that you would have preferred it if there was a better skills exchange, like if maybe if there was more time, or you know the way the entire capstone experience was designed, like you know you would have wanted to learn more about public health rather than just doing what you were good at.
I mean, like obviously everyone's gonna have a different opinion to this question. In my like preference, I like being able to use the things that I've learned in my classes and throughout like, you know, my whole academic career and be able to use it towards something versus just doing problem sets in class. So I like being able to actually apply what I'm learning. And I felt like I learned quite a good deal of public health stuff throughout the fellowship that I didn't feel like I needed to learn a whole lot more.
Okay.
I thought the balance for me was pretty good. You know, I liked using my technical skills, and along the way I learned a lot about public health.
I see. Okay, that sounds good. Because what happens is that sometimes it could be that you know a lot of students feel that hey, like I wanted to learn more about public health, but I ended up doing Python, which I was already good at. You know,
Right.
right? So they might feel that like this course was a waste of time, and I really should have they should have really taught us
Yeah,
more
and
about public health. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that kind of goes back to, you know, what are you looking to get out of whatever experience or opportunity? Some people maybe it's great that they learned Python and that's exactly what they wanted, and some people maybe wanted more public health. And so for me, I thought the balance was good, and I didn't really have much complaints about that.
That is good. That is awesome. is there anything at all about the program you would like to change, or something you really liked or something you really did not like? Anything at all? Like it could be something as simple as the boot camp was boring, or the boot camp was too long, or anything at all.
I would say like the biggest thing for me, and I think it being like a pilot program, like in its first year, is just like the organization. So a lot of the times it didn't feel like things were planned very far in advance, and it was kind of thrown together. And so not that, at the end, like the curriculum didn't turn out good, it did, but it just felt very last minute put together. And I think that really goes towards like them as a program team not even having the right amount of time to really develop the curriculum fully.
I see. Okay.
But I feel like it could have been stronger had they been, had they had more time to really develop it better and more fully. And so I would say that was like the biggest weakness, but it goes back to it being like the first program, and they had to develop all this curriculum from scratch, and that's a whole lot of work, and they didn't have like barely any time to do it. So
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And like that is why like I'm doing this feedback, and how this is going to work is like I'm even going to give some feedback to the Fung Fellows on how how they can improve their experience, as well as I'm going to incorporate a lot of these aspects into my own new program. Sort of like how do we make this better, and sort of on those points.
Definitely.
Yep. One last question. When you were making the decision of choosing the Fung Fellowship, what all factors did you consider? Like cost, time, duration of program, alumni database. What were some of the things that you took into consideration?
Definitely time commitment. I think that was probably like one of the things I considered most, is just like this is a whole nother extracurricular like program on my plate, and in addition to like working and my classes, like could I really take that on? So that was like a big factor to me. Two, I just really considered like, is this an interest of mine? What are the program's goals? What are they trying to do, and does that align with my own interests? Something else I considered, I actually thought it was really cool that this was like a brand new program, and I was excited to be part of like that first cohort that could give them feedback and help develop it. So that was something I took into consideration. And what else? The cost, I would say, when I joined the program, I was not aware that we would be getting a stipend at all. We ended up getting a stipend. They let us know, like, I think a few months later that, oh yeah, you're going to get a stipend every semester. So that definitely, like, incentivized, like, us continuing to be in the program, but it wasn't something that I really, like, thought about at all. Like, I wasn't expecting to get any sort of stipend or anything when I joined. And so, yeah, I would say those were the biggest things.
I see. Wow, that's great. No, that's great. Definitely. I think I have everything I need. And yeah, thank you so much. And additionally, I apologize for Saturday.
Oh yeah, no worries. Don't worry about it at all.
Yeah, like like something like my friend got into a hospital, and like I had to rush, and like I wasn't able to tell you in advance, and I'm really sorry about that.
Don't worry, it's okay, I understand. But yeah, feel free, if you have any other questions that come up, to email me or whatever. You can give me a call. I'm always open to questions and stuff to help out wherever I can.
Great. Thank you so much, Tanisha. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a great rest of your day.
Great. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Tanisha. Oh.